Okay, the last thing we did on Friday, I believe, was download the pictures, right? In the gray box, and then we put the windmill as the background to page 1, I believe, right? Is that what everybody feels like the last thing we did was? And the next thing you're going to do is still on page 1. So what they want you to do is just like we've done in the past, click over here on this picture so that it has that swap option that appears in the middle. You see that? And then once you get it to look like swap, like that, click on that swap, bring it over to the snowman, and flip-flop it. The light bulb picture. Yeah, and then swap it out. After you swap out that picture, then what it says is to select that picture. Then we're going to right-click and go to Format Object and go to Size. And they say to change the height to 2.3 and the width to 3. Make sure you click on the picture, right click. And then after you get 2.33, hit OK. And basically all it does is expand it out with some width. .33. Then it says, okay, I like the picture change, but I don't like how, if you notice, now it kind of hangs over to the right. You see that? They don't like that about it, so they want you to move it. So you're going to click on it and kind of drag it down here to the bottom right corner so that it fits in there without being on the overlapping to the right. Then it says, okay, click on the caption, which I'll view in here. And when you click on the caption, it says to make the caption 2021 Energy Bright Award. Then it says hit Control E to center it. So 2021 Energy Bright Award, Control E to center it. Okay, next thing we're going to do, after you do that, is click on page 2. And page 2 is this one. And it says for the Head Start Playgrounds one, I'm going to shrink down so mine's viewable. It says to click on this picture over here so that it becomes swap. It's the one that's kind of got colored crayon fence looking deal. And then swap that with the people ice skating. Then it says to click on that caption. Should have done the first one, but if we didn't, don't worry about going back. It's not a big deal. It says to change the font size to 10 on those. And like I said, don't worry about going back. And then it says to change it to playground fence, Control E to center. So playground fence. And if you want to, you can, but don't have to. Go back and change that one to 10, but no big deal if you did. So that's the next step there, is to do that one, playground fence. Centered. Then it says navigate to page 3. Bottom. And what we're going to do on the bottom of 3 is we're going to click on the picture of the Daniel, make it swappable, and swap it with the snowman. Then we're going to click on that picture and right click like we did before, format object, and change the size to 2.33 again. 2.3 by 3. Then you're going to click on the caption, change the font size to 10. And then you're going to type in his name, which is Daniel Quentin, Control E to center. I can't hear you. Did you do Friday's work? Click on Friday. Which day are you on? That one is probably the video you need to do. Okay, next thing we're going to do is on page 4. And we're going to, let me change my view again. Click on the house. Swap that with the skaters. Click on the font, change it to 10 for the caption, and then change the caption to say, schedule your audit today. And then make that one Control R on the right, it says. And then hit save, so we're saving as we go. So schedule your audit today. Then click on page 2. And once you get back to page 2, and that one's Control R on the caption. But on page 2 then at the top, click on the top portion of it and hit delete. So click on the top, hit delete. Then we're going to go to insert. And this time what we're going to do is the one that says borders and accents right here in the middle under help. Hit the drop down. There's a bunch of different options. The one they want you to find is this one right here. It's called linear mosaic. Click on that and it's going to throw it kind of randomly on the page. Then you need to drag it up to where that was before. And it says then to take the left corner, drag it over here, take the top right corner and drag it up there. So it should go the whole length of the top of page 2. And then do the same exact thing on page 3. So click on it and delete. Borders and accent, same one. Put it at the top. And make it on page 3 as well. Everybody's doing good on that so far? After you do that third page one, hit save as well. And then scroll down to, I believe, page, let's see here. Page 2 when you're done. To this open section down here is our next one we'll be on. And on page 2, what we need to do right off the bat is, I don't know how you guys delete it, but when you hover on page 2, does it do what mine's doing? Where it highlights these boxes? If it does that still, what you need to do is right click on each one of those and hit delete object so those totally go away. So when you hover over it, it should just be blank white space, if that makes sense. Then what we're going to do is go back to our insert options. And we're going to go down to the one that says shapes. And it gives us a bunch of different shapes. What you're going to do is go down to the shape that says, this one right here, it's cube. And then it should give me a crosshair. And you basically draw it in on the bottom of the page. Kind of draw it on the page and then let go and it'll appear. Okay, then what you're going to do after you have drawn that is you're going to right click on that. And we're going to go to Format Auto Shape. And we're going to go to Size. And it's going to be a 2 inches tall by 5 inches wide. Then go to Colors and Lines. And what they want us to do for color is the fill effect. They want to say no fill. So no color basically there. But then go down to the word line color. And they want you to change the line color to blue instead of black. Then they say to make the width 4. And then hit OK. And then it should put a bigger box in there, and then you're going to have to readjust it to the middle of the page. Then right click on that object once again. And there should be an option that says Add Text. And it should put a cursor inside the box. Once that cursor appears, it says to change the font size to 24. It says hit Control E to center. And then it says type if you smell gas, comma, enter, call 1-888 555 9500. Okay, then what it tells you to do after you get all that done is go over here to the right column, that gray stuff, those pictures, click, and then hold down shift and select those and hit delete to get rid of them because we don't need those on the side anymore. Then hit save, so we're saving as we go. It's just in that one. It'd be on there. It'd been on all pages at once. Okay, then what you need to do, it says, is go to page 2 again. And in page 2 it says click on this paragraph here for Head Start Playground. And click your cursor right in front of the letter A of anchor. Is everybody there? Okay, then what it tells us to do is go to your drawing format. And then there's different options here, but the one option that we want to select is, where's it at? There, it's actually in the text box format. So choose that one. And then it's over here. It says drop cap. And when I hit the down arrow, it should give me a bunch of different options for my drop caps. The one they want us to select in this case would be a custom drop cap. And it says the size of the letter is going to be 2 by 1, and then the color is yours. Okay. My color wasn't working. I had to re-click. Use current font. Oh, there. There you go. And then hit blue. Same blue that we've been using. And then hit OK. And it should turn the A in anchor blue and kind of drop it down to make it bigger. You ever seen that before? So do it like this again. I'll show you. Deselect the use current and the use current and change those to Georgia, which, I mean, it should be Georgia. I think you just got to change that to blue. And then when I hit OK, it should make a blue A drop down. Then it says go to the bottom of this page where it says we planting pollinators. And it says to do the same thing we did, go to format, go to drop cap, but this time not a custom one. They want you to choose custom drop cap number 1. And then, why it keeps doing that, because it worked before. But change the font color to blue for that. You can just highlight the letter if you want. Mine automatically did it before, but for now it's kind of active. Yours worked? When I did it the first time, it automatically did it. I don't know why this time it didn't. But just make it a blue W there. Then it says to go to page 3 and choose the D of Daniel and do the exact same thing we just did. So Daniel Quinton. The D is blue. And then hit save. And then the last thing we really have to do on this before we're done is the following step. It tells you to go to page 1. And when you go to page 1, it says to click on the story. And then there should be the text format here. And then there's over here, there's this hyphenation option on the far left. And when I click hyphenation, it tells me to switch it to manual. And basically when I click manual, it's going to start going through this document. And any place where there was a hyphenation done because we ran out of space, it's asking me what I want to do on that. Does it make sense? So it's saying, do I want to put the hyphen at the first section or the second section? And they say basically, for the first one, it's saying yes to leave it there. And then it says no for the second one. And then it says continue that pattern. And the pattern is if it's the last line, say no. If it's farther up, say yes. So this one is in the last line, say no, and then you're done. Manual. Yes. And then no. And that's it. That is a newsletter set up. Hit save one last time. Yeah, it doesn't matter. And then we will start our assignments tomorrow.